How's it, everybody? Hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to How's It Cousins, the podcast where we take a look at unique people of the world and interesting things that they do. We talk about them, we try to relate to them, and hopefully you can relate to us. We can relate to everybody. We can have a great old time. This week's episode, E3 is upon us. And in a surprise move that was announced last year, actually, PlayStation/Sony is not participating in E3 at all. So many people are turning to Xbox, Microsoft to be the big show in town. So we thought, why not take a look at Microsoft, our kind of dealings with it, and of course, their famous founder, Bill Gates.
How's it, Chris? Are you talking about Bill Gates? Yo, I'm down to talk about Bill Gates. Let's do this.
Actually, aloha, Alvin. We're not going to talk about Bill Gates too much, but hey, let's start it off with that conversation. But
Nice.
Thanks for jumping into the podcast.
Yeah, man, totally. You know, it's always fun. I'm down to talk to you. Let's do it.
If you like what you're listening to, we are broadcasting on twitch.tv/HowsItNetwork. Check out our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, How's It Network, so you can see when we're going live. You can jump in our chat, and you can have fun with us too. All these episodes are posted to YouTube and appear on all the popular podcast services, including iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and more. Alvin, is there anything you want to pimp out before we jump into our thoughts on E3, Microsoft, Bill Gates, and whatever the hell else under the sun?
Yes, my name is Aloha Alvin. I'm working on something very big. Please check back over and over again at alohalvin.com.
All right, so like I mentioned, this year, Sony has decided to pull out of E3. And it's crazy because this is the first time since the launch of the PlayStation that they have done this. It seems kind of strategic because I think a lot of their big games have already been announced or already have release dates for the rest of this year and even going into next year. So not being at the largest convention for video games of the year is kind of an interesting move, but I can see to where maybe they don't want to disappoint either.
Okay, so I know there was a time. Okay, say you're a company and I'm a company, and we make games. So it's like, yo, are you going to be E3? Hell yeah, I'm going to be E3. You know, can't wait to go to E3. And I feel like that was definitely a thing. Having said that, I pretty much only play Overwatch. And the reason why I mentioned that is, well, they have BlizzCon. I don't know if there's a Microsoft Con or a Sony Con, but part of me always wonders, you know, like, do they want to just do the BlizzCon route? Because, I mean, okay, for me, I would rather go to an E3 as a company and suck a little bit versus I'm invisible. I can't imagine that being an intentional play. That's peculiar to me.
So PlayStation did have PSX, but last year they didn't have one. So I'm not sure if they're even going to have another one of their own dedicated shows this year. The previous year, 2017, they had their own show too, in addition to going to E3. But in 2018, they didn't even have that. Right now, 2019, there has not been one announced.
This is an embarrassing thing to say. I definitely have heard of PlayStation and I've heard of Sony. I was not familiar with a Sony Con, actually, of any kind. I'm also surprised they do both. I feel like if they had that, they do the BlizzCon thing, right? Like, nah, man, we do our own thing. You want to hear about us? Come to us.
What's tough about Sony skipping out on E3 is that their press conference was not just their stuff all the time. A lot of third parties and even smaller developers use these platforms to promote their games and promote their upcoming things. So with not having a Sony press conference, it kind of takes away that aspect of the show. And that's why, as I had mentioned in the intro, that everyone's kind of looking toward Microsoft to be the one to where it would be a collection of various game studios and companies to show off the upcoming stuff.
True. That makes sense. I will say this. Total Request Live, man, I'm dating myself. Do you remember that show?
Yes, I do. It was great.
So I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. First place was whatever it was, and it's pretty consistent. And then there came a point where first place went away. I forgot if it timed out or if it was a natural progression. But then second place was like, boom, they step up. As is true for any competition, when a big dog is missing, things ripple through.
Like I was saying, Microsoft is kind of in the driver's seat now. A lot of people think that they will have a big show, especially with the, have you heard of the Azure cloud services that they've been working on?
I'm not familiar with it. That sounds familiar though.
The concept is they want to be like the Netflix of games.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, right. Okay.
they have a service that can stream games
But
to
not
your machine.
not GameFly, not discs.
Not GameFly.
Not discs. Yeah.
No, not discs at all.
Okay.
Did you see the Google Stadia announcement that happened this week?
I know Google is pushing something, but no, I don't know it. What happened there?
Meep in the chat thought Stadia is doing that too. You are absolutely correct. So Stadia had their first announcement this week, and what they're doing is a cloud service platform to where all you need is a Chrome browser
Ah,
and a computer or a Chromecast or something, and it will stream the game to you. And they got a bunch of games at launch. The crazy part though is that they're launching it as a subscription service if you want full 4K for $10 a month, but you still have to buy games. The
oh,
other option is you can get it the free option, and that starts in 2020, and then you can just get 1080p streaming, but you still have to buy games.
so on that note, do you know a price for those games? Is it like 60 per thing or whatever?
They haven't announced it yet, but a lot of people are speculating that it will be like normal MSRP.
Man, that sounds rough. As a guy who is not involved at all in that kind of stuff, because I really just play one game, that sounds heavy to me. Thoughts?
So, okay, I'm gonna preface this. First, Neeks, Stadia looks very cool. It does look cool. I'll explain that I actually signed up and got into Google Project Stream,
Okay.
which was kind of the test platform for Stadia.
Okay.
And what it was free access to Assassin's Creed Odyssey that could stream in a Chrome browser and you could play on your PC.
Weird. That's cool.
However, living in Hawaii, it never worked at all.
What does never mean? Like
I couldn't get it to work ever.
So
Over
not
the
even-
entire
not even a tutorial.
Nope.
Oh.
I could never get into the game, not even once. Over the entire period that they offered it, I was signed up, I was in, you get the beta invite, you have to wait. Never once could I connect to it. And I have pretty fast internet where I live.
I've only been a part of one beta, and that was Overwatch. But I've heard of other betas where the joke is, cool, log in, log out, ha ha ha, log in, log out. I guess that's more common than I realized.
It's funny because I went as far as to do a whole bunch of network tests in my house. I did like a direct wire straight to the cable modem. I disconnected everything else and just did one line, and it still didn't work.
Wow.
And then I, got on the Google support chat, talked to various people, went on the forums, and apparently no one in Hawaii can make it work.
Oh wow, interesting.
Apparently, as I found out.
Huh.
So a bunch of people were trying, nobody made it work. And what's funny about that, roll it forward, is that Google Stadia, at least from what I saw, and I put a tweet out about this, will not be offered to Hawaii and Guam upon launch.
Oh, interesting. You know what, man? I'm already annoyed when we can't get 2-day shipping. So yeah, man, that's frustrating. Wow.
Again, what sucks is the infrastructure's out there throughout the United States, but there are many places in the continental US where internet speed's horrible.
Yes, correct.
But here, internet speed's actually good.
Also correct.
In many places, throughout a large portion of where we live, we have good internet. But we can't have this cool service. Now, granted, would I even get it? I don't know. It just sucks to be excluded like that. Now, we are a small market, much smaller than the foreign countries that they're launching it in. Yes, there are like 13 other countries in the world where this thing launches, but not Hawaii.
Fascinating.
Crazy, right?
Yes, that's pretty frustrating. This is a tangent, I guess, but I'm sure you know more than I do. Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi, whatever that means. I'm not that familiar with it. But then there's something called Li-Fi. Have you heard of that? That's a real thing.
No, but I might have to start looking for a second.
Okay, so Wi-Fi works however the hell it works, and internet works however it works. Li-Fi is binary lights blinking. So I guess via using cables, there's only so much speed you can have, just period, because cables are involved. But the blinking lights, you can have ridiculous internet. And I believe Google was pushing that. So I was gonna ask you if you've heard anything about it.
Reading it now, and it doesn't sound familiar to me.
Okay.
But I guess it's kind of like leading into 5G is what I'm reading. So
is that what
maybe
it
that's
was?
part of
Okay.
it. I don't know.
Okay, no problem. It's just, I didn't know Google was pushing this hard into the gaming world, which is cool, but yeah, stuff like this is frustrating.
In the chat, sounds good in theory, but I think it might take a few years before it really stabilizes. I want to see them build these internet web nodes. That would help because if there's a fucking web node here, then I could play Stadia.
motherfucker.
But
You know? Yes. On that note, and I have no idea how viable this is. I think it was Facebook. Well, Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg was trying to do the, I'll say, eternally flying blimps. So they're blimps and they're solar, so they fly forever. And then the blimps fly over like places with no infrastructure. So then you can just put internet / Facebook, obviously, but stuff into places with no buildings or nothing. So that would be pretty cool too for us. You know, like if you guys want to complain about our distance from Conus, then yo, let's do that too. You know, anything.
But let's dial it back. I'm going to stop complaining about Google Stadia, Microsoft Azure. Oh, that being said though, sorry, before I dial it back.
It's all good. It's all
if
good.
Azure can offer service to Hawaii, Xbox automatic winner. Just saying.
This is that thing where it's like, yo man, did you see that movie? No, I don't have VHS. Oh, you should get VHS. You can see this movie. Hey, I have VHS. Well, it's on Betamax. Oh, okay. Well, now it's on Laserdisc. Oh, you know, like all these different people, they want to be the thing. So they're using their own systems and they're fighting it out. For me, it's like, it would help a ton if it could just be whatever it needs to be and I just enjoy. Like what you're describing sounds like if they were doing a normal system, like for instance, Google now offers games on Steam. Dude, people would be happy because Steam, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty consistent. But it sounds like they're trying to monkey their own thing together. And that's always kind of wonky in the beginning. Okay. Chris, I'll ask you this. I've heard of this as well. I think this was Apex. I forgot what game. But there's some game where it's like, welcome to the game. All right, let's begin. Oh, cool. I'm in. And then you stare at the loading screen and crash. I don't know if that would have been better for you. You know, like that is technically in. So like some betas are buggy all the time. So maybe this is better. You didn't experience that. I don't know.
No.
Okay,
I think I would have rather have.
So. Okay, fair enough. I didn't think so.
No. I would rather have seen the intro screen at the very least.
Yes.
But the fact that it wouldn't even launch, I couldn't even get past like let's check your internet speed. Oh, it looks good. Nope, crash. Like I couldn't even launch the game.
I was gonna say, in theory, the FMV is like watching a video on YouTube. In theory,
that's what I said.
Yeah.
So let's dial it all the way back to Microsoft. Like I said, Microsoft entered the gaming scape with the original Xbox back in 2001. In doing research for this episode, I saw that Bill Gates himself unveiled the Microsoft Xbox in a promo at not E3, but another conference, CES, in 2001,
man. Wow.
where he appeared on stage with none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Dude, I do not remember any of that. That's cool though.
I don't either. I found it as I was looking all this stuff up. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Can you imagine that in like the current atmosphere, like what that would be like to have a personality like The Rock promoting video games?
Dude, that's awesome. I will ask you this. From whatever you saw, what was he doing? Was he just talking? Did he play the game? What game was it? You know, like what was it?
So the reason was, I guess one of the first games on Xbox was the WWE Raw game.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a promo for it, but you know, he was totally in the Rock character.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
He started talking about, hey, Bill Gates, what do you think about this? And Bill Gates, well, Rock, I think that it doesn't matter what you think. He totally pulled all that stuff out. It's pretty funny. Campy, little, you know, corny, but entertaining. I liked it.
Okay, it's like this for me. There was a period of time where I was watching UFC and not watching WWE. And then the announcement came, oh, there's going to be a new big match on WWE. And I'm like, oh, whatever, you know, I don't really follow it. Oh, it's Brock Lesnar. And like, oh, I know that name. So in that same sense, like, if I wasn't that into gaming, but I was into WWE, I probably would have lost my mind. And since I'm into both, that sounds awesome. Even now it sounds awesome. All these years later.
Meep, thanks for dropping that link to the video in the chat. We can check it out later.
Nice.
All right, so the Xbox, you remember the Xbox? Original Xbox?
Did I have one? Yes, well, me and my friends, Halo. Loved Halo. It's tons of fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice.
So one would say that the original Xbox was somewhat of a success. What I'm reading right here is it sold 24 million units, which is not incredibly gangbusters, but it's not horrible. It's not as bad as like the Wii U, for example. But it was nowhere near its direct competition to PS2. Not even close.
I didn't know that. I mean, I never thought about it that way.
But the Xbox marked the first step into turning game consoles closer to PCs. It was built on x86 architecture, which is the same as the way your modern PC is built. And it was kind of a proof of concept for the next systems that came afterwards.
Initially, I think all of my friends had what I'll just call normal Xboxes. But then later on, years later or whatever, dude, it's ridiculous. I was at my friend's house and something pops up on screen. I'm like, what the hell is that? I forgot what it was. I don't think it was X-rated or anything, but it was clearly not an Xbox logo. And he's like, oh, dude, yeah, it's modded. I'm like, what does that mean? So his Xbox essentially was like a modded PC. I remember we were watching videos on it. We were playing not Xbox games. It was ridiculous, man. It's kind of funny in that respect. Like it was so beyond a normal Xbox console.
Chef Blackbeard in the chat. We used to have Halo LAN matches in our house. Halo LAN matches. Where is that?
Oh, so good, so good.
When I was in college, we brought out we actually did the 16-man, and it was crazy.
Man, dude, I missed that. 4
Xboxes, 4 people. That was crazy.
All the TVs.
All the TVs you can muster. That was a thing.
Dude, I'm
with you. That's a thing, right? With the Xbox being closer to a PC, it was also moddable the way PCs are. Yeah. Now, the PS2 is moddable too, but not to the same extent that the Xbox was.
Yeah.
You can do an entire operating system. That whole XBMC, which is now Kodi Media Center, that entirely started with the original Xbox. So there's a whole fork of current usage, we'll say, Media Center software that's based off of the Xbox mods that existed back in the day and still exist to this day to some degree.
Yes. It's still trippy to me, but yeah, it was cool. It was totally cool.
We used to have strangers legit come to challenge my bro and his friends in Halo.
Dude, my friend, he was in the military and he told me, yeah, Halo was like a thing. So they had like in-house tournaments and stuff. Yeah, it was great. I missed that. That was really nice. Halo 1, a little bit of Halo 2. That was my quote-unquote era of when I was playing. Yeah.
It's funny that, the Xbox itself, I call it a proof of concept because the 360 is where they really upped the game.
Mm-hmm.
You would say that the 360 actually won that generation of consoles because, again, being PC-based, it was much easier for developers to create games for it versus the PS3.
I don't think that way as a guy who doesn't develop games, but I remember hearing that complaint about one console or another. It was probably the Wii, because there were some games people were like, yo, get it on the Wii, let's do this. And I think the developer of the game, not the console people, they were like, yeah, we can do it on console A and console B, but console C is kind of weird and we can't use it. So it was an interesting problem hearing that from behind the scenes.
Similar to the Rock promo, when the 360 was first coming out, there was another Bill Gates bit. I think this was at E3. I can't find the video right now, but it was him and I think Steve Ballmer. They were standing in line to Star Wars 3, Episode 3, the shittiest one in the entire series. I will take all the heat for that.
Best movie ever. Okay, anyway.
Well, at least you saw that one.
Yeah, correct. That's why. No, I'm kidding. Anyway.
So they're standing in line to watch Star Wars 3, and they break out an Xbox 360, and it's super corny. And they like, oh, hi, Bill. Hi, Steve. Yeah, let's play Xbox 360. And he goes, it's this many teraflops. And I was like, wow, guys, like, it was horrible. They like break out these lawn chairs and start playing Xbox 360, and where there's people dressed up as Darth Vader and Chewbacca, like standing around them, like, hey, what are you doing?
Chris, I'm going to throw this at you as well as anyone in chat. I, of course, am familiar with I'm an Xbox fan, therefore you suck because you like PlayStation, as well as I like PlayStation, therefore you suck because you like Xbox. I'm totally familiar with that. So I've had people ask me, yo, which one do you like more? Blah, blah, blah. And for me, I almost don't give a rip what the console is. Almost. Generally, I can figure out button layouts. I've played, Marvel superheroes on keyboard. I can combo on a keyboard. So for me, I can always adapt. I never cared that way. For me, it was always what games were available. So whatever system had Halo on it, instantly, Halo and Fable. I was very big on Fable. So if you got Halo and you got Fable, you have my attention. For me, that was the difference. And I say that because so Genesis, I remember a long time ago, they're like, yo, it can run like this. Look how fast it is. Look at how Sonic can move. See, that other system sucks. And I'm like, I don't care. If I want to play Sonic, I just play Sonic. I have a Genesis and I'm stuck. Whatever. But for me, I was always about the games. I don't know, like when you said, Steve and Bill, quote unquote, were talking about the power of the system. Was that a selling point to you? Did that matter to you? You know what I mean?
For me, no. It was always what games were available on what system. And I think for most, we'll say normal consumers, you're going to play whatever system's available to you and to some degree, whatever system your friends are playing on. And it also depends what kind of games that you want to play. Chef Blackbeard in the chat, yeah, same. Whatever games are available. Also, whatever I could afford. That's why I bought the 360 over the PS3. That's also true.
That's a fair point.
At launch, 360 was cheaper.
See, I was going to mention this because you're talking about how many units were being moved and stuff. If I remember correctly, Nintendo's beat everybody up, right? Because the Wii was a monster.
Oh, the Wii was a monster.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
But the Wii U was crap.
Yes, that was weird. But still.
And to some degree, the GameCube wasn't that great either.
Okay, so to reiterate what I was saying earlier, for me, GameCube, so when you start the machine, you hear the sounds of the machine or whatever. Dude, all of those are Smash sounds. Yep. For me, whatever system Smash is on, I own it. So right now I own a Switch. It's just because of Smash. That's it.
Yeah, I thought the Wii U was too ahead of its time. It kind of was. If you kind of see how the Switch turned out, the Wii U was a little bit ahead of its time. People didn't know what to do with it, really. And developers didn't really know how to develop for it.
Chris, I'm going to throw this at you, especially with the story you told me, as well as the story that I heard from chat. So there was a time, of course, Xbox, right? We got the Xbox. I'm going to sit down next to you. We're going to play together. This is how we do it. Halo times, good times. And there was a rumor, or maybe it was just a what if, like a Marvel what if. And the question was, dude, can you imagine portable Halo? It's like, oh shit, man, I'd play the hell out of that. Like a portable Microsoft thing. Dude, ridiculous. I remember I was with my friends. We were talking about it, like train rides, Halo all day, man. Lunch break, bro, Halo. Did you bring your portable, console? Yes, let's play. Like, I remember drooling over that, and that never became a thing, which still is a little heartbroken over, now that I think about it, a little bit.
Well, they had that Microsoft Glass thing, right? To where you could try to play things on tablets and stuff like that. I don't know that Halo ever came out to that. I'm not sure that became a thing. And it definitely didn't pick up as much steam as what you're talking about. So I'll give you an example from people I've talked to and met, is that think about that with like Nintendo Switch Fortnite.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Is that a thing, by the way? Is that on?
It is a thing. You can play Fortnite on Switch and take it wherever you go. And as long as you have, internet connection, you can do it.
Weird. That's cool.
Chef in the chat, anything portable is fun. Yeah, dude. Like being able to bring the portables around, and like I still have a PlayStation Vita to this day, and it's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. Yeah.
I travel with it all the time.
I didn't own one, but my friend had Alpha 3 on it. He's like, dude, try this. And I'm like, wow, it looks crisp. The controls are nice. Yeah, man, all thumbs up for me.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to throw down random Bill Gates stuff for fun. So this is from a business class I had a long time ago. All right, let's say you won the lottery and you won $1 million. Like, damn. That's cool, right? You win the lottery, you win $1 million. People like salivate, man. Yeah, I want that. That's cool. Okay, now imagine the next day you win the lottery. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, another $1 million. Like, oh, it's ridiculous. And the next day, another $1 million, right? So in class, of course, we're like, dude, why are you doing this to us? It's so weird. And then his point, because this is a compensation class talking about money and how CEOs are paid. If a man is being paid over $365 million per year, he is essentially winning the lottery on a daily basis. And for me, straight up, mind blown. That's ridiculous. So I think at the time there was some CEO that was getting paid $400 million a year. So winning the lottery per day and a little bit more, ridiculous. I always think of Bill Gates as the richest man on earth. That may have changed. It could be Warren Buffett, could be some dude who doesn't even live in the US, doesn't really matter. So Chris, I'm gonna throw it at you, man. You have stupid money. You have stupid money. What do you do? Chat, same question.
Just to clarify, I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos is the richest man on the planet right now.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. I didn't know he surpassed anybody. I knew he was moving up. But, okay, cool. So Warren Buffett is what, 3, 5?
Warren Buffett's 3.
Oh, okay. So it's still Americans. I thought there was a Okay, it doesn't matter.
So stupid money.
Yeah, stupid money.
See, like, I'm so frugal, I guess. I don't know. If I had stupid money, I don't even know what I would do with it. I don't have like stupid dreams or like things that I must buy, or maybe like pay off whatever debts are owed. And other than that, like, oh, actually, no, stop. There's one thing I would do is stop working.
Oh yeah, totally.
At least stop full-time working.
I get that.
Because-
Consultants, maybe, or something.
Yeah, definitely take on jobs as more entertainment, or not entertainment, but for more fulfillment rather than working 40 plus hours a week just because you have to.
Understandable.
I think that'd be the main thing, but specifically other than that, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I don't
all right.
have like very extravagant things that I do or even want to do.
If I suddenly came into stupid money, one, I would do very boring things with it because I invest and that's how I roll. Two, and this is the more fun answer, Super Bowl. Me and my boys. If price was not an option, Super Bowl. Yeah. See, like we get the
Good
penthouse
bucket list
suite.
item.
Everybody. Yeah. Just for fun. It's funny because I said that to my friend. I'm like, man, that's expensive. And he goes, Alvin, you said stupid money. I'm like, damn, I did say stupid money. Boom. Yeah. Everybody. Super Bowl. Because I know so many guys who are like, yeah, I like football. And then I say, have you been to, not just Super Bowl, it's like, have you been to a game, like a real game? Because in Hawaii, we got nothing. And generally the answer is no. Most of the people I ask are like, nah, never been. Which is surprising. It's like, don't you have, favorite team X? Why don't you go to that stuff? It's always logistical problems, blah, blah, blah. For me, boom, Super Bowl, everybody, or whatever everybody means. Get the crew together, that kind of good stuff.
You would pick the Super Bowl over a Giants game?
You know what? I would try to do it in order, quote unquote. I would try to get a Giants game in there, definitely. However, and someone did tell me this, I was like, yeah, like November, there's football. And the response I got was, bruh, East Coast November, you don't want to be there. And I'm like, oh,
It's not
cold.
that cold.
Okay.
It's not that cold.
Well, that was a Hawaii resident telling me that statement. So, okay, gotcha.
No. I lived on the East Coast in November and it's not cold. I mean, it's cold, but it's not like that cold.
I get you. I'm that guy who likes it cold, so I don't know. And of course, see, now the flip side is, I forgot what year it was. Maybe it was last year or last year, but sometimes the Super Bowl consists of two teams I do not like. You know what? If I had stupid money, I would just say, ho hum, it's okay. And it would still be cool just to go. I would absolutely enjoy a Giants-Cowboys game more than some Super Bowls. I know that much. I have a lot of friends that like Cowboys. So yeah, it would just be fun. Whoever wins, we're just going to have fun anyway because my friends like Cowboys and I like Giants. We're just going to have fun.
Confirmed in the chat, not that cold in November on the East Coast.
Oh, fascinating.
Chef Blackbeard's from Jersey and the Giants play 10 minutes away.
Yep.
Yo.
Once again, as a man who lives in Hawaii, we got nothing. Nothing. Anyway.
Let's talk about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Are you familiar?
Ish. That's some stuff I want to throw at you. And yeah, a little bit. Go ahead, man.
This is one of those, I guess when you have stupid money, like a lot of it is giving back, providing to the community and the world. It kind of begs the philosophy of those that have, do you think that they feel a sense of duty, that they have to advance the rest of the world with what they have? Bill Gates has definitely many times professed that he does. And I think Zuckerberg to some degree kind of says that he does. Bezos, I think he just wants to be the richest fuck on the planet. I don't know. Like, he doesn't seem that much to me.
In certain circles, I am that guy when someone needs help or they need to work on something, they call me first. And I know that. I like being helpful in general. I try to be helpful. Having said that, I also do not have literal billions of dollars. I theorize at least that if I did, I'd be like that. I'd be trying to give and trying to help. Having said that, I do not fault a man for not giving away his riches, because I understand. Bezos did not rob a bank, to my knowledge at least. That money came from hard work and intelligence. So I would not say shame on you for not giving it away. Having said that, and this is the concept I want to throw at you when we were discussing, should we do Bill Gates? I can imagine giving away money. Okay, I can imagine setting aside one day where I sit down and I maybe choose a charity. I can see that. I can imagine giving away money for maybe like a month, or like a summer. Yeah, the whole summer I was giving away money. It was good. If I recall correctly, Bill Gates and his wife, at least a part of their deal is every day. They have so much money. Every day they try to like give to a charity or something like that. I'm like, damn. I'm not sure my brain truly understands how much money they have. It's insane. I want to say it was Melinda Gates, but there was some woman who was the wife of someone. And I remember the comment was, yeah, I don't work anymore. My whole deal is giving away money. It's my full-time job, quote unquote, giving away money. I'm like, man, that's a lot of money. my brain is hurting right now.
So I wouldn't profess to know everything and anything about this trust. I just know that it's been around for a long ass time. I went to school in Washington State for a while, and basically because Microsoft is based in Redmond, Washington, you see the stamp of the Bill and Melinda Gates Trust like everywhere. They build buildings, especially in schools. They donate everywhere. So I can attest firsthand that that is a true statement.
I will throw this down, and I don't know where this question is going to go, so I'm throwing it at you. I think it was Bill Gates. There was someone who was rich, and that person said, I'm going to hand $1 million to anyone who can solve this puzzle. And the puzzle was something like, okay, so right now, if you handed me toilet water or dirty poo water, we have the tech to make it drinkable. We have the tech to turn it potable. But the current tech is so large, it's like a wastewater treatment plant. It's a big ass thing. And the question is, can you shrink this? If you could shrink it and make it cheap so we could dump it into a third world country, quote unquote third world, it would be huge. It'd be life changing for them. So I remember whoever it was saying like, if you do this, I will reward you with money. And I remember thinking, man, that's so awesome. So many people are driven by money and grants and foundations, all that good stuff. I love that. Getting the collective mind of the population to brainstorm new things. Love it.
I tried to look up what you were talking about while you're just talking about it, and I can't find it. But it does sound familiar. Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. And I just remember thinking, man, that's so cool. I remember one guy, so this is separate, but his water thing was he had a pitcher. So like a normal pitcher of orange juice or whatever, that kind of thing. But it was amazing. It could filter great. And I remember the comment was, yeah, but if you put that into like a third world village, then someone's going to steal it. Clean water every day? That's something someone's going to steal. And the response was, no, dude, every family is going to get one. So that guy was working on it too. And I guess in his case, it was much cheaper too. So it's an interesting thing. Having the tech, but being able to spread it, two different animals.
The top 2 richest people in the world made their fortunes pretty much over technology.
I get that.
And it was at a time to where our technology of the world was in a rapid development cycle. I find it fascinating that people at that time, this is back in like the 70s, 80s, and in early 90s, had that kind of vision to build on technology to where many people shied away from it. And it's funny you talk about how the $1 million prize contest to make a water filtration thing smaller. I think that's another think tank type thing, right? To where we want you to think kind of like how we think. Do you have that kind of vision?
Everything about it makes me happy. The person, like say you're some schmo, like you're Peter Parker, right? Like you're a smart kid, but you live in a crappy little apartment and you have no options. Imagine if that came up. Smart guy applying his brain. And then who benefits? People in other countries. Dude, all of that I love.
We want to remind you that this episode of the How's It Cousin podcast is being brought to you in part by Team Me Brand, lifestyle brand based out of Hawaii, where we are from, that does streetwear, artwork, and culture showpieces like their latest interview series with local hip-hop artists not only in Hawaii, but across the U.S., including the Bay Area, SoCal, and I'm pretty sure they got some East Coast cats too. These hashtag United individuals are building out their custom art merch and would love to have you share their designs. All items are produced in limited quantities. Full disclosure, I am not affiliated with the company, but I have done some work for them before. And they like to make sure that I look stylish on stream. So if you like the shirt that I'm wearing, the hat that I'm wearing, check out Team Me Brand on social media. That is TEAMMEBRAND, all one word, on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We will drop a link in the chat for you.
I gotta expand on what you're saying earlier. So I don't remember where this is from, but almost guarantee it's Malcolm Gladwell, because I love that guy. Do you know that guy?
I'm not familiar.
Okay, no problem. So Malcolm Gladwell does various things. So Michael Jordan, total beast. Wayne Gretzky, total beast. Why? What's the deal? What were their childhoods like? That kind of stuff. How do I make a normal kid turn into the next Wayne Gretzky, assuming he wants to? So one of the examples was he had a list of strong, I think it was hockey players, doesn't matter, strong something players. And then he's like, here, look at this list. Just tell me what you see. And I remember looking at it and I saw the months and the days of when those individuals were born. And I remember thinking, dude, you're not going to tell me it's like if you're a Sagittarius, you're a strong player or something, are you? I remember thinking that. And then it turns out, yes, what month you were born is a big factor. It's not a guarantee. You can be born in the right month, but still not a badass. So in this case, what he was saying was like, if you're born in, say, January, then you as a kid in school have X amount of months to grow. But if someone else was born in, like, say, May, well, he would have 4 less months. On one hand, bro, it's just 4 months. On the other hand, 4 months of intensive training, of proper dieting, that's a big difference. So anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Malcolm Gladwell. The reason why I mentioned that is, I think it's Bill Gates. Bill Gates was mentioned in there, aka these titans of industry that we know now. So the question now becomes, why is Bill Gates Bill Gates? On one hand, he's smart, duh, but there's other smart people, so what's the deal? And I don't remember all the details, but it was something like, 1, he went to school with these people, so hey, the brain trust, that's cool, that makes sense. 2, he was single at the exact right age, at the exact right place. And then 3, it was like right when computers or before computers, whatever, were a big thing. So, okay, like this, okay? Imagine a married guy. He has 3 kids. That's a thing. Married guys have 3 kids. It happens. Imagine that guy trying to pour, 80 hours into a hobby. That doesn't work. But imagine that same guy, same intelligence, suddenly with a lot of free time. So it was something like that. It was interesting seeing all the puzzle pieces put together. If I remember correctly, Bill Gates, was he the garage? Was he that one? He built the whole...
I think that was Jobs.
Damn, okay. I might be confusing them. But same concept, right? Like, how do you get to where they are? A workspace where you can do that. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of parents who would say, don't you dare play the drums in my garage. And then there's another parent who says, man, practice all day. I don't care. So in that sense, I forgot the specifics, but Bill Gates doing well was interesting as well. It wasn't just like overnight, nothing, overnight success stuff. There's a lot of little components to it.
So Bill Gates was born in October. Is that what you're trying to bring up? October babies have all real ultimate power?
Not quite. There's 2 different things. The first thing was a sports thing. If you're born in a certain month, your parents can choose what grade to put you in. So you can either be, quote unquote, smaller than the rest because they put you in that grade, or we're going to hold you back and we're going to put you with the other kids. Now you'd be a giant in that same scenario. I can't argue the October thing for him, but I do believe the other points were true. Whenever it is he started his quest, it involved a lot of positives, if I'm remembering correctly. There's multiple people. I've read up on multiple of them, and I'm kind of blurring it, not going to lie. Real quick. So here's one, and I'm almost certain this was Bill Gates. So a lot of people, they make money and then they fritter it away. And in his case, if I remember correctly, he started earning chunks of money and he was like, yo, it's IP time. I'm going to get IPs and I'm going to be the IP guy. And I forgot the specifics, but I do know his money was spent well. It's that thing where I think it was Jay-Z became a billionaire. For me, in my head, that dude was always a beast. Always. Now in that same scenario, there's other rappers that make good money. They also piss away their money.
So let's bring it back to E3 itself. I think by 2013, Bill Gates had stopped presenting at E3. He usually had a little bit at the end of the Microsoft press conference every year. But once he distanced himself from Microsoft, his E3 appearances went away. Alvin, you've been to E3.
Yes.
What can you tell me about it?
I'm not going to lie. I have some E3 anecdotes. They're not that amazing. As a guy who has not been to San Diego Comic-Con, I tell myself, one day I'll be there. Bucket list, I will be there one day. And on one hand, I believe I'll lose my mind. On the other hand, I've been to a lot of cons. Here anyway. I imagine it's similar. Now, the reason why I say that is, if you're an individual who has not been to E3, you know what? If you've been to any kind of big event where you get to try stuff out, it's pretty similar. So E3, my big takeaways, and this is silly, but my big takeaways are, it's busy. It's busy as hell. You do get to try new things. The thing about that though is it's like being, you mentioned the Assassin's Creed thing. On one hand, dude, you were first in line. That's so cool. On the other hand, it was not quite what you expected it to be. So when I went to E3, it was both Dragon Ball FighterZ. Oh my God, so pretty. And then it was also Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. my friends consider me a Street Fighter guy, but I don't consider myself that. I do consider myself an MVC 2 guy, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So when I heard about the new MVC game, I'm like, bruh, sign me up. So I did play, and it was nice. And that game is nowhere to be found right now, to my knowledge. Yeah, it's sad. That's a thing too. Like I forgot about it that way. In my head, it was just, oh, I'll just try new stuff. But not everything floats the way you think it will. Dragon Ball FighterZ, beautiful game. I think it's still kind of around, but I never got into it. I mean, it's a different animal for me now. In the old days, with my friends who played fighting games, I'm almost certain we would have been all over that. It would have been huge. But at this point in my life, it's kind of just Overwatch. You know, it's a weird thing for me. So it was fun. I got some swag, so that was cool. I have this thing. It's a bag the size of I'll say a high schooler. You know, like almost full grown adult.
High schooler, like a person.
Like a giant bag. Yeah, a person. Jeez. It's Final Fantasy 14, I think, or something. Beautiful art. So this is random swag. You know, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. In the new Mario game, he can throw his hat on the stuff. So if he throws his... Yeah, okay. So I got one of those hats. It's pretty cool. It looks fun. You know, the eyes and stuff. So I'm essentially possessed by Mario when I put it on. Silly stuff. So yeah, swag was fun. VR stuff was interesting. That was very interesting. It was frustrating because they had these cool VR things. And I remember thinking, damn, this is amazing. I want this. You know, like I'm just looking at it. They're like, hey, do you want to try? I'm like, yeah, totally. It's like seeing Halo and then playing Pong. I mean, it's not that bad, but yeah. So the thing I was playing, it was silly. You pick up snowballs and you throw it at an elf. It's fun because it's 3D and it's VR. The elf can hide behind stuff. In Overwatch, I call it meerkatting. But anyway, yeah, you can poke your head in and out. It's cool. But I'm like, how do I get that? And I point at the game that looks like, you know, Metroid plus Halo combined. How do I get that? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's not available. I'm like, ugh. But it was on their screen. You know, it looks so cool. So yeah, it was fun. I recommend people to go to it. It's fun. It's just, okay, it's like this. Okay, at a buffet, right? If there is some mean-ass steak at a buffet, I'd probably be eating that mean-ass steak, man. I like steak. You know, I'm not a steak guy, but I'll eat a good steak. Now, some people would say, shame on you. You're wasting this opportunity. Look at these 50 items. You should enjoy all 50. I'm like, nah, man. I'm going to have a great meal. I want to sit down and enjoy this. Well, that's not how it works at E3. You can't, quote unquote, have one great meal. The lines are ridiculous. And of course, you would just be the jerk, even if it was available. It's like, no, you know, you rotate, let other people try. Everybody's trying new stuff. So in that sense, everything was like, well, in Hawaii, we call them poo-poos. But yeah, everything was little tastes. So that was kind of cool, kind of sad too. But I guess that's the point, right? Come buy our stuff.
So the reason why I ask is I had at one point considered going to E3 as well, especially when they made it available to the public a few years ago.
Okay.
But exactly what you're describing, in that I would have to go to E3 wanting to play something, you know, wanting to be hyped for something that I know is going to be there.
Right.
And I don't know that I would necessarily like just a little spattering of everything. I'm not sure that I play enough different games to where that would be amusing as much, as opposed to if there was something I am definitely going for. So, as an example, would you or have you gone to BlizzCon?
Oh, I was just about to go there. Okay, so I have friends who are like, dude, you're Overwatch man, make it happen. Here's the thing. If there was an Overwatch con, I would pay triple price to go to that. Like, seriously. I would lose my damn mind. It'd be great. But there is no Overwatch con. There's a BlizzCon. On that note, I don't play Diablo. I stopped playing WoW. I don't know any of the other stuff, really. So for me, BlizzCon is kind of a waste. You know, I would chill in the Overwatch area, I guess. However, I will say this to you. I have a friend, and I'll call him the Rat. I'm not insulting him. He'll make sense if he ever hears this. So the Rat is kind of a jerk. So it applies, it's a good name. I told him, of course, about E3. And then every time E3 comes up, he'll do this. Ah, you went to the crappy E3. If you were at the good E3, it'd be this year, because this year has this. I didn't know what was going to be there. One of the things which I don't play, I'm assuming it was Sony, because it's Spider-Man. They had this thing on the ceiling where it was a Spider-Man helicopter smashing, or a helicopter smashing through the ceiling and Spider-Man swinging on it. It looked beautiful. The line for that was huge. It's a new Spider-Man game. Dude, the last Spider-Man game I played required 4 AA batteries on a Game Boy. That was a long time ago, you know? But yeah, like, okay, here's a great one. See, this does not apply to me, but it might apply to you. There was a Monster Hunter thing. I think they were introducing World. Dude,
yep,
incredible.
Probably. It sounds about the right time.
Yeah, incredible stuff. I don't play that. I felt so out of place. Even the Mario I didn't know, but I know Mario at least, so I had fun with that. But yeah, like, if you're a Monster World guy, you would lose your mind. but you never know what's going to be there. And as you were saying, oh man, can't wait for Square Enix. Oh, dude, this is the 1 year they're not going to be here. Son of a bitch. See, so part of that is the fun. Actually, I know a great example. This is a Magic example. I'm going to make a deck. What I want is these 4 rare cards, these 2 uncommons. I'm going to put them in there. Well, we don't have those. You got to buy packs. Man, I hate packs. Can't I just buy these? Maybe I'll trade for them. Someone else, and I know guys like this, I'm going to buy 10 packs. What are you looking for? I don't care. I'll just figure it out. So that guy would have more fun. See, I'm the guy who buys it after, even if it's triple price or whatever. Like, there's $500 cards in Magic. Not that I buy those, but those exist. I would rather just say, you know what? Here's 500. Let me play the thing I want to play. So E3 is not quite built for me. I still had a great time though. It was fun.
So a big part of E3 is the actual media press conferences.
Yes.
I assume that you didn't get into those. Those are probably all press during actual E3 proper. You probably just got most of the convention show floor and the surrounding area, right? Am I right?
My thing was very public. So I was in all the public areas. Having said that, I did have a couple of goals. So I didn't know who was going to be there, but you can assume some people would be there. For instance, IGN. I'm like, man, I know IGN people. I want to meet some IGN people. So that was fun. The IGN people were there. I did meet some. I shook some hands, took some photos. You know, hey, that was fun. But yeah, that's shame on me. There was a guy, probably Ono, forgot his name, but like the Street Fighter creator guy, because they were pushing a Street Fighter. I met him. I got posters, plural, signed by him. It was great. I have one framed right now. Yeah, it's cool. So see, stuff like that. See, like if you're a swag guy, E3 is always a win. You know, just get the cool stuff. So I did get the swag. Some people would say, dude, you're there for games. Play the games, which I did. By the way, if you are a Disney World or Disneyland person, then you would be much more accustomed to it. Everything is waiting in line. That's just normal, and that's okay. Yeah.
But that's almost every convention you go to, right?
That's
There's
true.
A whole bunch of line waiting, but E3 is just huge.
Yeah.
So
yeah. There were parts where it was just clouds of humans. This is ridiculous.
how does it compare to things that are at the convention center locally here in terms of size and scale?
Okay. One, it kicks us in the face. Having said that, two, see, I know, right? But having said that, two, apparently we are pretty good, which is crazy to me.
Really?
Yeah, the fact that we still have Amazing Con, I think says whoever runs it thinks we're good, aka profitable. So the flip side of that equation is, dude, there must be cons that are like crazy tiny then. Cause I feel like we're a small con. We're not San Diego. Mm-hmm. So yeah, cause I remember hearing that, oh yeah, people who throw cons actually are not bad here. Like they encourage throwing them here. I mean, KawaiiCon's been around forever, right? So it's clearly making money.
Meep in the chat, LionCon. Yeah, it kind of
yeah. Oh, dude, like terrible but true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was. I think when I was a kid, I went to Disney or whatever. But then we came back to Hawaii, so it's back to normal. And like we're waiting in line, like a fast food restaurant or something. I'm like, hey, it's like being in Disneyland. I remember saying that. It was terrible. But it's so true. You know, like here I am waiting in line again. You know, yeah.
I remember. So the last large con I went to, I've mentioned this on many shows, was RTX, but they had a pretty sophisticated line system. There was an app that you could download that would tell you the status of the line for whatever thing you're trying to get in line to. I mean, the bigger ones, of course, right? Not like every single line in the whole place, but all the different presentations, all the different side things in the different ballrooms and things like that they had. The app told you when the line opened, what the status of it was. Is it almost full? Is it full? Like, are they capping it soon? And it was very much up to date. And I thought that was super cool.
That is cool. I'm always wary about downloading stuff because I feel like someone's, big brothering me. But that sounds really convenient. So that's kind of cool.
Me used to go to PAX West every year.
Oh,
and the
nice.
lines definitely got worse and worse every year. PAX West, that's one in Seattle? I think it's Seattle, right? I've heard that PAX, if any convention to go to, PAX is the one to go to. That's what I've heard.
Nice. I've heard good things as well.
Yeah, that might be a bucket list item to try to get to go to PAX one of these years. When the Oculus Rift first came out, they did an app sign up for the demo, so there weren't people just waiting for hours. I bet.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure like something as big as the Oculus Rift, if that's going to display at a convention, the line, if you didn't have some system, would be out the door. It'd be crazy. Hours and hours probably spent.
Okay, I'm going to throw this down because you're talking about lines as well as an efficient way. So let me talk about what we had. There was someone, I don't remember. Oh, actually, I think it was Jim Lee because I remember I was in the fast line. Okay, so anyway, it was some big name dude. He was the name. Like, you come here for him. That's how big he was. And I remember my friend got in line. You know, we spent the whole day there. That's the point, right? So he's in line. And I'm like, cool. All right, I'll see you later. Dude, literally his day. So from opening to closing, he was in line. And I think he didn't actually make it, quote unquote. But the guy was like, whoever it was, I think it was Jim Lee, but he was like, you know what? I'm going to be cool. You know, you guys have been waiting. I will meet you. Just relax. I will meet you. You know, like it was the person who was holding it that decided to be cool about it. But if you were an average fan, you could easily, one, spend your whole day there, and two, possibly not even meet the person. That's insane. So yes, the efficient system that you're describing, man, that sounds badass.
So same con that I'm talking about for autographs and things like that. You could only go to your designated autograph person. So when you buy your pass, you get like, it depends on how much you pay. You get 1 or 2 autograph passes and you have to sign up to get there. And you can only go to the ones that you get to avoid that exact same thing from happening.
On one hand, right, mission accomplished for him. On the other hand, damn, the whole day, you know? Whew.
So at PAX West in Seattle, that Oculus demo, 10 minutes. Well, I guess for a 10-minute demo, you know, it's good to not have to wait hours, right?
That phrasing is correct. Imagine waiting 3 hours, getting 20 minutes or 10 minutes. On one hand, for some people, it's like, yes, give me my 10 minutes. But on the other hand, man, just 10 minutes. See, it's in the person's own point of view on how worth it that is. I will say this. At E3, the Super Mario people, oh, they're badass. They knew exactly what they were doing. The lines are split up, so that way, and I appreciate this, it doesn't kill the flow of traffic, because that's a pain in the butt too. I remember, I think I jumped from like 4 different lines because they told me to. But yeah, like now that you're here, you go there. Like they told you where to go. That's the girl with the sombrero. Okay. They each had ways to identify each other. You stand over there. It was not bad at all. I forgot how long it was, but it did not feel like a long time. And the demo was pretty long too. Oh, that's the other thing too. It was not one console, right? It was like a whole area. So it was pretty cool. I guess because I'm an art person, I like this kind of stuff. Above us was a bullet bill. That was fun. Mm-hmm. Another one was the coin, the block where you punch the coin. And I remember passing the tank because Mario, I guess, possesses a tank. So that was cool. Like all that stuff is just fun. You know, it's an experience to be there.
My question to you, Alvin, we've been talking about E3, we've been talking about cons. Yes. I assume you're not the most up and up on all the latest and greatest things that are coming out this year or at this E3.
Totally not.
I'll read off a few of the panels that are being held just to kind of whet the appetite. So there's going to be EA Play on Saturday. That's not part of E3. It's going to be separate in Hollywood. Microsoft has a press conference on Sunday. Bethesda has a press conference on Sunday. Ubisoft has one on Monday. Square Enix has one on Monday. And Nintendo has one on Tuesday. And that's kind of the big ones that are going to be showcasing the brand new things publicly.
Yes.
Would you like to make one prediction on something that will be shown at E3 this year? Any kind of guess based on that information?
What if I say a hope instead of a prediction? Because I don't even know. So I'm gonna say a hope.
Hope? It just depends if you want to bet on it or not. Although I'm down 2-0 right now, so and I still didn't fulfill the other ones.
I know this guy. He does not fulfill his bets. I don't know.
Ooh, it'll happen. It'll happen. Technical difficulties have been preventing a couple of them, but it will happen.
It's fine. Man, that's really hard. Ubisoft, I see guns. I'm assuming a new Rainbow Six. See, that's such a blurry guess. It's pointless. So I hope. I want Nintendo to crank out some super cool Metroid. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I like Metroid stuff in general. I always thought he/she was a cool character because as a kid, I did not know that was a woman. That's more than anything. Like, see, this is how out of it I am. I know Bethesda. I know that name. I can't even tell you what they make. I know they're huge. I don't know what they do.
Elder Scrolls.
Oh, okay. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. Looks like Meep agrees with you. Rainbow Six and rumored Metroid on the Switch. Chef just wants Animal Crossing.
Ooh, interesting. Nice. So I never played Animal Crossing.
So your two things that you're thinking, Rainbow Six and Metroid, do you think that'll actually happen, or is that just a hope and a prayer?
It's a hope.
It's a hope.
Yeah.
Are you willing to bet on it?
Oh, man, I know nothing. I'm down for silly bets. No, for real. Like, I know nothing.
Okay.
For me, my knowledge right now would be more like other stuff, like, say, movies. Mm-hmm. We could talk about the next Avengers or something. You know, like I don't know the gaming thing. I'm just throw this out there. Anyone who knows anything, comment if you want. My current gaming knowledge is Overwatch 2 is on the way. I'm a little heartbroken. I don't know what it means. I mean, it could be Overwatch, the card game, but the current concern is Overwatch, what I play, is going away, and Overwatch 2 is going to replace it.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, it's kind of an unpleasant thought. The commentary they made was they're going to make some PvE, finally, so that would be cool. And one hope is that it's both. Both games are alive and well, and you can play both. But the concern is like splitting the player base, that kind of stuff. See, it's a different animal, not E3. See, so I don't know. For me, if I were to go, same deal. I'm just gonna have fun, whatever that is. I wanted to check out some 3D things, some VR things. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect an Oculus Rift. I didn't know what was gonna be there. So just checking it out. Yeah, it's very hard for me to predict. So, what are your thoughts on it? Do you have?
No, so I do keep up a little bit, but not like completely.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of hopes too that may show up because there's been rumors about them. Just like how Rainbow Six and Metroid both have rumors about them. So it's good that you actually said that. So I'm gonna go with, I think there will be a splash teaser for Final Fantasy 16.
Oh.
At the Square Enix press conference. I'm willing to bet Final Fantasy 16 will make an appearance.
I am complaining and hope on this one. Bro, where's my 7 remake? Damn it. I thought that was on the way.
No, that's already that's been showcased, that's been shown. There's been gameplay, little snippets. They're gonna talk about that. That's a guarantee. I'm not even gonna guess that. That's gonna happen.
Okay.
They're gonna probably even give a release date for that. Potentially.
I thought 11 and or 14 was gonna get one new class, and that was gonna be the announcement. So
that already happened.
Oh, okay.
14 already got the 2 classes that it's gonna get.
Is that Shadow or something?
Shadowbringers, yeah.
It is. Okay. I thought I was confusing it with something else. Okay, cool.
I'm guessing Final Fantasy 16 and Star Fox.
Oh, man. Wait. Okay. Let's get specific for fun. Do you think you'll be flying a ship? Or on foot? Okay.
Ship.
Okay,
I think
cool.
they realized that those on-foot Star Foxes are bullshit. The ones that were like on the GameCube? Well, anyway, the one that like... Yeah.
Okay.
They weren't that good.
I love the attempt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know anyone who says, bro, you know what my favorite game is? Yeah, no one says that. So, no.
Yeah?
No, I mean, Star Fox on foot. Yeah. No, Star Fox in the old days. Oh, that was cool, man. On that note, a random fun story. I don't know if it was E3, but some kind of thing where they're debuting the Star Fox game. Also, they were debuting vibration controllers or whatever. And I remember one guy told me, he was like, dude, I was playing and started shaking. I wanted to throw it on the ground. I didn't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, like, dude almost damaged the controller. Yeah. But now, of course, the vibration thing is just normal. So it's pretty awesome.
So do you have one more that you want to throw up? Just for fun?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll make it easier, right? Okay. So a game that you think could be shown in one of these E3 conferences. So you have 2 so far, I have 2.
See, what I was hoping for would be, I love Fable, and they tried to make some Fable thing, also did not fly, which is sad and heartbreaking. So
there are people that think that's possible this year.
Oh, really? Why? See, the flip side is, why would you think it? You know what I mean? Like, has there been words said or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Just that it's been enough time, and they're trying to make a big splash, and to bring back the Fable franchise at this point would be a big splash.
Okay, yeah, no, I love Fable, man. So awesome.
We could put you down for Fable.
I think this was an E3 thing. It might have been deeper into gaming or whatever. So they had the game, people were testing Fable, and then they took this away. Okay, this is not in the game. So in Fable, you can do stuff like interact with the NPCs, all that good stuff. So one of the things you can do is you have a dog. In that game, you can have a ball, you throw the ball, dog gets the ball, comes back to you. Awesome, fun stuff. Oh, this is the society we live in. Some people apparently were playing Fable, grab the ball, walk up to an edge and chuck it. Dog will sprint. Yeah. So the creators are like, no, we're not doing this anymore. And they had to take that away. I'm like, dude, were people really doing that? It was so prevalent that, yes, they had to take it away. But the game did allow it, which was cool. You know, I mean, the idea of options is cool. Not hurting animals. I'm a big animal person. No. That's why I love Fable. I love the things you can do. I love interacting with the world. I love the choices and all that stuff. Oh, that would be cool. I can't call it a prediction, but that would be cool, though, if it happened.
Sparta in the chat, Halo 6 possibly. Meep saying GTA 6. I like both of those. I really do.
here's a lame prediction, just like you wouldn't do the other one because it's kind of obvious. EA, let me guess, 2020, there's a new football game and a new...
Okay,
see, yeah.
Let's be...
pointless.
Let's put it this way. No,
Yeah.
that's going to be on stage for them because it is every single year.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes them the most money is FIFA
Yes.
and Madden.
Okay, yeah. So my hope, and if you want to call it prediction, so be it. Fable. I would love to see more Fable stuff.
All right. So if I had to pick a third one, let's see here. I wonder if it's too early for EA to get back on the horse with Dragon Age, but I want
That's
to
cool. That's cool.
I want to say that, I mean, because Anthem came out already, right? And that didn't do so well. I don't know if they're willing to show off the next thing from BioWare, but I'm going to go ahead and say that's what I want to see.
Okay.
Because that game's pretty awesome too.
Okay, cool.
I actually don't think it will happen, but since we're completely uninformed here, I'm going to go with Dragon Age.
What you just said is the correct word. We are uninformed. As a goer of E3, that's part of the fun. You know, who knows? It's opening up a pack of Magic cards instead of buying the one. So mixed feelings. For me, I like to just know what I'm getting, so mixed feelings. But yes. So here's my last thing. So I was digging out some Bill Gates stuff. I love this quote so much. And it goes something like this because I didn't write it down. I just wrote down notes. And it says, if you are born poor, that's not your fault. If you die poor, it is your fault. And I was like, wow. I thought that was an incredible quote. You know, it's deep. I like that quote.
And it's good to hear like someone who's actually made it say that, just because that, you know, you have to put in the work. You have to have the gall to push yourself in that way, to do more, to try new things. Yeah. And I think that kind of sums up everything that we've talked about regarding Microsoft and, to that degree, Bill Gates, right? They entered the gaming space trying new things, and it's paid off in some ways. It's hurt them in other ways, right? They tried to make the Xbox One into your one living room thing, and that didn't work, but that was a new thing to try. So I'm actually really excited to see what they're going to bring out this year at E3, especially with the Google Stadia announcement that we talked about at the top end of the show.
Yes.
But I'm totally with you. It is inspiring to hear that type of statement from someone who has been so successful.
Yeah, very cool.
Well, we want to thank everyone for joining us today on this episode of the podcast, where we got to talk about our E3 thoughts, predictions, experiences, and especially reflecting on Microsoft, who is supposedly going to be the big player, and their illustrious founder, Bill Gates. If you like what you're listening to, this show airs on all the popular podcast services, including iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. By the time this episode comes out, though, the Microsoft conference would probably have passed, so it's going to be a little post-mortem, but oh well, we can have fun with it anyway. We are broadcasting this live on twitch.tv/howisitnetwork. So follow us on social media and you'll know when we're going live. You can jump in our chat and hang out with us.
And if you like that Alvin-y goodness, please visit AlohaAlvin.com. I'm working on a very big project. Please check it out. You know, I'm sure you'll enjoy. I write like how I speak, and if you enjoyed me today, I'm sure you'll enjoy the site.
And if you want more of me, I'm at HowsItChris on Twitter. You can check out what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, reacting to the latest things that happen, and complaining about Google Stadia not coming to Hawaii. We want to thank you for lending us your beautiful ears. And just remember, it is not goodbye. We shall see you later.